Hello and welcome to Terraria. My name is Todd, also known as Major Mech, and this is of course Terraria. Hold on one moment. Get out of here. Welcome to hard mode. We're in the thick of it, of course. We just finished last time. I cleaned out my inventory, and a mod has been updated since last time. We just had an update to the Fargawiltus mod. Fargawiltus decided to separate his mods. So effectively, there's the mutant mod and there's now the souls mod, and this broke previous items that we had, such as the barbarian's essence, the sniper's essence, the apprentice essence, and also his masochist mode that he had added in. Not necessarily saying that they aren't still in the game. They are. The only way to get them though is to download the souls mod, which I did. I did indeed re-download the souls mod, so that is something that we have again, of course. We will be able to get those items later on when we so choose. Hopefully there won't be any more changes, because getting unloaded items like that from broken mods is just kind of annoying. I took a little bit of time to purchase a familiar shirt and familiar pants from the clothier just because I could. Figured it looks kind of cool with Mario's hat. Let's see. So I swapped around our accessories just for the moment, just because we're going to be focusing on movement right now, not really focusing on damage or anything. Don't have any reason to focus on damage, at least for the moment. We're going to be breaking some demon altars in this part, and we're also going to be focusing on upgrading our base to the point where we're ready for our hard mode extravaganza here, because we need to prevent things like that wraith that you just saw from getting in the base and other things. So the major way you can, of course, protect your base is by using actuators. At least that's the major way that I like to protect my base. Let's see, so do we want to do just basically one actuator? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to buy all the tools that we can so we can try and make a master plan. Let's see, so okay, so we need a multicolor wrench to make the grand design. So we need 60 wire, a mechanical lens, and a ruler. So we got our mechanical lens, we'll buy, oh, that's more than enough. And we also need a ruler, which we can get from the Goblin Tinkerer. So we really don't have to worry about enemies spawning super bad just yet, because we've got so many NPCs around this area, but it is really good to kind of prepare early on, because once the crazier enemies start spawning, you just get some really silly stuff happening. Alright, so now we've got our grand design. This is an item that I highly recommend getting early on, like I am early in hard mode, because it'll be massively beneficial to you as you go through. So the major benefit of the grand design is it allows you to effectively have all the benefits of all the wiring tools that you need in one convenient little package, plus it gives you the ruler's kind of grid, which is kind of nice for planning out. So we're going to want normal wire and an actuator. So effectively, you can activate the grand design just by having it in your hand. The ruler effect will always be on you as long as you have it in your inventory. It'll also show you how much wire you have left over. You can activate the small little menu that you just see here by right-clicking. If you left-click each of these, it will activate the different types of wire. Right now we're only going to focus on red or actuators. You can also left-click the middle parts to activate the wire cutters rather than the wire wrench, which you'll kind of understand more as you see me do it. Effectively, that's just how it works. So let's buy, I guess, 30 wire for the moment. We don't want to spend all of our money on wire. Let's buy 6 actuators. Do we want 6 or 7? I guess for the moment 6 will do us. We don't really need that many. We also want anything else? I don't think we're gonna need a couple switches, I guess, to activate this stuff. Alright, that should be enough. Let's grab out some wood from our little chests here. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Where is the wood? I need wood. Come on, I know it's in here somewhere. Mud, brick, rich mahogany. We don't want to use. There it is. Boreal wood. I knew I was going to look at it eventually. Okay, so we're probably going to want to go something similar to doot 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 doot. That'll do it. Let's grab out some tiles actually as well. The red tiles look really good for roofs, I think, the dynasty tiles. So do we want to go like that? I guess. That doesn't look great. I guess it looks better than nothing. I would prefer that to look a little bit better though. I don't think I've got any more options for it though. I guess that'll just have to be how it looks. So what we're gonna do here is this is effectively just how we're kind of boarding up our house instead of letting the monsters come and claim us right away. So we'll put up some walls. There we go. Gives us a nice walled-in look. This little awning here, I don't really like the design of it. We'll probably change it. But I don't know how to make it look decent. Can we hammer on these? I can sort of hammer it. I think that doesn't look very good either. Well, I'm not sure about the look of that, but we're going to leave it as is for the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate our grand design, like that. So this activates both wire and actuator. We've now just put actuators all throughout there. And now we want to move this and put it here. So now our door can open both ways just fine. And we can put a switch here, which can activate... Oh, we don't want to activate the door. I forgot about that. Forgot about that little detail, so we'll cut this wire here and we'll move it down below instead. There we go. So now this activates the wooden wall there that we've kind of created. So the door's still accessible. We just need to have our switch be activated. Oh, made a mistake there. There we go. We'll fix that awning in a bit, try and figure out something better, but for now that'll do, just to get it up. We'll do the same on this side. Boosh, boosh. Let's see. Maybe something more like this will do better. Let's see, what does that look like? Oop. Still doesn't look exactly right to me. And I don't think there's much I can do about that. We might just have to live with that the way it is. But we will throw our wall there. Activate that and that. Actuators. So actuators, once I put this grand design down, will show off kind of what they do. I forget, is it one or multiple? Okay, I'm not sure if he's in my way or what's going on there. Do I not have enough? Oh, I'm wire cutting, not wire placing, that's why. Okay, so that should give us what we need. Yep, and now we can put our switch down. Okay, so this is a basic way to make doors in hard mode that are kind of sealing, auto sealing, I suppose you could say. That's pretty much the basics of it. let me toss my grand design and wire into storage here so we can kind of show off what I've done there. So now that we don't have the wire showing on, you can see that it doesn't look like anything's there, the actuators or the wire, but effectively when we activate this switch, it actuates the blocks so you can kind of walk through them. It also makes a fantastic prevention of enemies being able to get to you. The only other thing that we have to prevent now is enemies that can go through blocks from being able to get into our base, which is a little bit more difficult in the long run, but I'm going to try to find a good solution for that if I'm able to. I think that's just going to have to be how it is. Unless... Nope, that doesn't fix it either. Okay. Well, that'll just have to be how it is. This is going to be what their awning looks like. And we're also going to put another awning up on this side, if we don't fall to our death for some silly reason. The same way we do have on the other side. We're going to just leave the house kind of the way it is at the moment. We have kind of built up what we needed, so I don't think there's anything else that we massively need to worry about looks-wise. Let's fix this. That'll do. So now when blood moons and things of that nature happen, instead of having to just block up the doors manually, we're kind of set. Let's do that, remove those, and we'll see if we can't give it the same style that we gave the other one. I think it was like this, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit higher, actually. So one above, I believe. Oh, don't run straight off. There we go. And like this, I believe is how we had it on the other side. There we go. So now we've kind of finished at least our base for the moment. We can always renovate, add more rooms, and compartmentalize as we need to. So the other major defense that you can create is digging a hole around your base, which might take us a little bit more time, which is why I'm not really going to focus on doing it this part. Enemies that can go through walls are not massively threatening at this very moment. In later parts of the game they will be more threatening, so we'll probably have to focus on them more, but I think we're okay. We're just seeing a couple wraiths during the nighttime there, which weren't massively scary, so I think we're gonna be able to do just fine. Let me see. Actually, you know, I just had an idea for that roof little part there. I want to see if that looks any good. I just had an idea. Hopefully, this will look okay. That doesn't look horrible. Can we modify the rest of the roof to be like that? So it would be like this. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I'll go with that instead. It's not perfect, but it looks better than what I had, with the little piece sticking out. Okay. So I'll put there. I'll modify this to be like that. Get rid of this one. Perfect. I've spent a lot of time working on this base, and hopefully we don't have to spend too much more time. But now we've kind of got good defenses on both sides, which should protect us from any land-based enemy. We could be focusing on the first bosses that you can fight in hard mode, such as the Borean Strader and Cryogen. I think we could potentially take the Borean Strader down relatively easy, but it's still going to be relatively tough just trying to traverse the world at the moment because we don't have very good armor for hard mode just yet. So let's pick... Oh, criminies. I'm glad I've created this elevator on this left side of my house because it seems the corruption just spawned on the left side of my house. Let's see. Yeah, it appears so. The corruption has indeed spawned just to the left of my house, which is not great. That protects... Okay, so we're going to probably have to create another elevator to protect the jungle if we aren't able to deal with the jungle enemies quick enough. Or the jungle parts quick enough. Let's see. The hollow looks to have spawned on the left side of the world from the map anyway. Let's head over to the corruption on the right side and we'll break some altars if we're able to. Let's start getting some spawns in. Because we need to start getting some of the new materials that we can get. And we can only really do that once we've broken some demon altars. Jungle, of course, is kind of a scary place to be just after hard mode starts, so we're going to just rush through here. The major thing that you do when you do hard mode is you kind of restart your progression levels. So the first thing we want to focus on, of course, is mining new materials that we can get. But, of course, to do that, we've got to first break those demon altars with our good old bone hammer. Let's see. Oh, I also did equip the laser rifle in place of the bombard staff instead. I don't think the bombard staff is going to be super useful compared to the laser rifle. The laser rifle is really quite good, at least starting out in hard mode. Whoa. Oh man, this place is bad. I can already tell this place is not a fun place to be. Look at these enemies. Oh, criminies. Oh, ouch, ouch. Of course, other things did happen in our world since hard mode started. All the different messages happened, and there's lots of different things that have happened now. Oh man, the music is really cool here. But we're just going to focus on surviving long enough to break some altars. So our world is blessed with cobalts, blessed with mithril, blessed with titanium. So that's all we need to do, all we need to break. We will hopefully be able to break a couple more. The more altars you break, I believe, the more likely you are to have more resources in your world. So it's kind of good for us to get more spawns. That laser rifle is good, but man, it's a mana hungry really badly. I think my pedal wand is still actually kind of better. Alright, so let's break some more altars. Stardust, that's new. Cobalt, mithril, titanium. Okay, so that's an extra set. We'll break 3 more altars to see if we can't get some more stuff. And I think I'll close this out because I don't want to fight too many wraiths out here. And now we've got the... I believe these are calamity enemies just because of the coloring. I'm not positive. I don't believe Thorium had any updates to the biomes as it was. So these calamity enemies are definitely different. I've never seen them before personally. They're definitely something that was added relatively recently, within at least the last year, I think. So it's cool seeing the update the way it is. This music I really dig. I really dig this music. Okay, so what can we make with this stuff? We can Star Core. May the stars guide your way. Astral Chunk. Permanent increases maximum mana. Ooh, okay, that's going to be useful. A permanent increase to our mana. Permanently increases maximum life. But that'll be after we start getting the life fruits. What else? Revivify Potion causes enemies' attacks to heal you for a fraction of their damage for 15 seconds. Ooh. That's really strong. If we can get that and use it against some of the later bosses, we might have a very good chance of surviving. Let's see, the Lunatic Eye, Aerial Eye Bars, Sunlight Blocks, and some Stardust. Fires lunatic beams that reduce enemy protection. Interesting. So all this stuff is new to me, of course, so now that we've gotten into hard mode, we've seen a lot of different stuff. I'm just kind of intrigued by all the different things that I've never really seen before. Most of this episode was kind of spent on upgrading the base just a little bit that we did, but there's lots of stuff to see. A resource that I can't mine there. Some cactus. Yeah, it's just normal cactus. Looks cool. What else? I guess we can go to more to the left side of the world and see if we can't see anything that we haven't seen before. As I said, this is already very new to me. I want to gather up that stardust. I don't know how super useful as a material it'll be for us at this moment, but if there's one thing about Terraria, you always want to gather up new stuff as much as you can. Okay, so that was kind of like its own little biome. This is now the corruption, which is kind of what I was more of expecting than the interesting like star biome that we had just there. This corruption doesn't appear to have changed all that much. Do have another meteorite here. Oh, we don't have our treads on. So we could gather some more meteorite if we needed it, which is good. I'm sure we'll have to do that as time goes on. Don't want to get killed by a UFO. Alright. Deal with whatever the heck that is. I think that's just a basic corruption enemy that spawns in hard mode. And we've met the ocean. Okay, so the ocean now becomes, I think it was like the abyss or something of that nature. It's now much more dangerous than it used to be. From what I remember, that is. So we're not going to worry about that too much. Let's head over to the left side of the world. The depths. Interesting. We'll head through there. I could potentially make a pressure plate on the circuit that we've created there for our doors, so we can like not have to open them manually, which we might decide to do when the time comes. One of the first biomes that you want to kind of explore in hard mode, of course, is the frost biome, because of all the new things that you can get from the frost biome. And some of the first few bosses that we face will be in the frost biome or ice biome. So that'll be all very interesting stuff as time goes on. The rest of the meteorite that was here that we previously had. Let's see. Is there anything else over here? I know that the hollow spawned over on this side. Yes, so we've got a hollow desert on one side and a corrupted desert on the other. Interesting. So hollow spawned in this big tree, which isn't too bad, I guess. It'll grow out a little bit more, hopefully, as time goes on, and we'll have such a small one. It really sucks when you get a small hollow and you have to farm for items in it. Alright. Is there anything else that we need to see on this side of the world? I don't think there's anything else on this side of the world that we can really take a look at. I think we've pretty much seen most of it. This area over the dungeon here will make a very nice boss arena, and we'll upgrade it over time. That'll become our main boss arena when we're fighting certain bosses. Probably actually be really good for fighting Fishron as well, as long as it's not too far away to activate his abilities. Might be better to just fight Fishron over the ocean. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything else was changed. There was some major changes to the biome on the right, which kind of looks like corruption, but like starry corruption. So that calamity-like biome will be interesting. Oh, and I forgot about the change to the ocean on this side of the world. I don't know if this is going to be any problem for us, but I do think that the enemies here are kind of tough, so we're going to head out of here. Don't want to stick around there. Alright, so that kind of begins the look at our new world that we've got to deal with, or explore, however you want to look at it. Next part we'll be heading down into the undergrounds to try and deal with getting some more materials. I think I could probably spend some time doing it this part, but I spent a lot of time doing a little bit of building that I did, and we did explore both sides of the world. So I think I'll make this part a little bit shorter. Next time we'll spend a lot of time underground. But yeah, until then, goodbye.